Hello and welcome to Candid Convos with Jona Dance. My name is Monique Jonas and I'm the founder of Jona Dance and your host for today's episode. Here at Candid Convos, I have the wonderful pleasure of inviting lovely guests working in and around the industry to join me in conversation pretty much about anything and everything contemporary dance here in the UK. And so with that, I am beyond excited to have the wonderful Marie Astrid Mence with me today. Hello, my dear.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you doing today?
Super excited.
I'm so happy to have you here, to have this conversation, to just, bring the vibes and talk all things, I would love to start with you introducing yourself. Who is Marie Astrid Mence?
Yeah, so I am a dancer, a choreographer, teacher, helping people at different stages of their career now. But yeah, I'm someone who keep exploring through how beautiful dance industry.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how long have you been dancing in London specifically?
10 years.
Whoa, 10 years already?
10 years. Is it 10 years? I came August 2014.
Whoa, 10 years.
Yeah.
How did it all begin for you? It began in France, is that correct?
Yeah. So I did my training in France at the Conservatoire of Paris.
Yeah.
Then I had a break and then I had a scholarship with Alvin Ailey.
Wait, I did not know that.
You did it?
No.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
What did you do with Alvin Ailey?
I was a scholarship student, so I had all the training like everyone does around like 18 and more. And I had opportunity to dance with the company at the end.
Way.
But then I was injured, so I had to say goodbye, cried my eyes out, flew back to France and had a break again. And then...
Oh my gosh, before we go, because I'm in shock, no word of a lie. How long did you spend with Alvin Ailey? I know we're going to discuss injury a little bit later, but what age were you when you went? I'm so surprised. Like, how did I not know this before?
No, it's fine. I think I was probably end of 18, 19 years old. Yeah. And I did a school year.
Yes.
Yeah, with them. And I had to fly back to France in June or July.
Like that following year.
Yeah. So basically, I was doing my training. So ballet, contemporary, jazz.
Did you do Horton?
Horton.
How did you find Horton technique? Yes. It's not for the faint-hearted.
No, but it was so brutal to my body. I could not walk the next day.
No
I
way.
remember. But because it was so hard, I really wanted to master everything. It's like ballet, but different.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And so what I loved with Horton that I didn't find in ballet is that you've got space to perform. You've got space to find your own identity, your own flow. It's quite physical, but I love the joy of discovering a little bit more about my physicality and my artistic side.
Amazing.
And I did Gram, and I did Pilates, all the things that you hate doing now, basically. Or I hate doing now.
Yeah.
But I did point work. Yeah, all sorts. And on some of the hour, I will come in the office and help around admin, registration. I brought coffee once to Judith Jamieson to her apartment.
Wait, you've met Judith Jamieson?
To her flat. She was in pyjama.
No.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
I know.
That's genuinely, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so this injury happened.
Yes.
You had to make the decision to come back to France. How did you feel at that point? Yeah.
End of my life.
No. Oh.
End of my life. Because so bear in mind, before I had this scholarship to Alvin Ailey, I also had to stop for mental health reason.
Yeah.
I could not keep going. And then the director at the time of the junior company basically contacted me on Facebook.
Oh.
Sending me, hey, I heard about you. I'm doing masterclass in Le Marais in Paris. Could you come? And I didn't dance for like a month
Before that.
because I could not show up in the studio.
Yeah.
And it was a Horton class and I loved it. And I was like, oh my God, let's try.
Yeah.
Just go for it. And he said, okay, you've got the scholarship. So from that moment, my life changed. And so you have to imagine, so when I discovered that I had this injury, it was the end.
Yeah. Devastating.
I came back to France because obviously in the United States, medical things are too expensive.
Of course, yes.
So I had to go back to France to just find a diagnostic. Medical care are free over there. So I knew I would be followed up by good experts.
Absolutely.
And I could rest, and I was with my mom and my parents. So it makes sense.
Yeah. And so then what happened after that? So you came back to France. Like, how long was your recovery time? And then what was kind of like the next thing that gave you the confidence to come back into the dance space and maybe start training again?
Yeah, I think at first they say that I will not or never come back to dance because I had an inflammation of the sole of my feet. So when I discovered that, it was almost like the Kill Bill episode when she could not move her toes. And I was like, yeah, I can move my toes. And nothing moves. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to go back to France. And so I found this guy who were a physio, a masseuse. He said that I had a really bad inflammation. I stopped at the right time, otherwise it would have ripped the ligament.
In the sole of your feet?
In the sole of my feet attached to basic metatarsals.
Yeah.
He said that we're going to do together. He also used to be a therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we worked about why I was injured and how do I feel about this.
Whoa.
So why I had all the treatment and all the massage, we were talking about how mad I will be to be injured, how bad I will be to just not be successful at what I should be successful at. And I remember it was lots of anger, lots of tears. And he used to tell me that I was too angry. And when I will lose that inner fire of beating myself up, I will get better.
Wow.
And I was like, are you kidding me? Because I'm not planning to be chill. You know what I mean? I'm mad for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And you say, no, basically your inner fire here and here has to settle in order for this to heal.
And did it?
Yeah, eventually it did. When I had the contract with Ballet Black, so this is how I arrived in the UK. I still have some like symptoms of these really bad injuries.
Yeah.
But I think it was finding ways to let go and then slowly disappeared. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'd love to pick up on this stuff a little bit later in the conversation, just to like that understanding about the emotional and also mental side of navigating injuries and things. But I would love to focus on your time at Ballet Black.
Yes.
Like, when did you join? How long were you there? Do you have a favorite show, like performance that you did? Yeah, tell me more.
I arrived in August 2024. I was covering for a woman called Sayaka. Hello, Sayaka, if you're looking. She was on a maternity cover at the time, so I knew my time would be short in Ballet Black. I was a junior artist, so it was one of the first time where I was touring with the company, learning rep, do punch shoes again full-time, finding how to dance with men eventually. And yeah...
Marie, the eventually said so much.
No, but you know why? Because, I think at school, like, you learn to dance by yourself, the technique and blah, blah, blah. But then you've got to partner, right?
Yeah,
and it's
true.
A different energy.
Yes.
You have to collaborate.
Yes.
In a ballet technique.
Yeah, and that's already so many things to be thinking about. Like, pas de deux is not easy. Yeah.
But I was so lucky to find a really good partner, so it's all fine. And then I did a year, Sayaka came back, and I went to Phoenix Dance Theatre. I know.
Wait,
so full-on contemporary.
Marie, this is... Wait, when did you go to Phoenix? How long were you there? To go from Ballet Black to Phoenix is also quite a jump stylistically.
Yeah.
I'm like, shout out you for the versatility though. Love
Thank
to
you
see
so
it.
much.
But oh my gosh, so how long were you at Phoenix?
A year.
Yeah.
A year. It was hard. Discover that I love contemporary much more than I thought.
Yeah.
I learned so much about myself by jumping to different skills, basically.
Yeah.
We were doing much more than Ballet Black at the time as well. All the tour are in a bus as well. So how we navigate that, going in a bus and not in a train.
Did the company have its own bus that you went in?
Kind of. I think they were hiring like a private bus.
And it will bring you from like venue to where you needed to be.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
It's like the rock star life.
Yeah, I know. It was nice. And then I decided that maybe it was not for me.
Okay.
And then Casa, the founder of Ballet Black, contacted me, say, hey, there is a spot for you. Would you like to come back? And I say, absolutely.
Yes. So
I came back and I stayed for 6 to 7 years after that. while doing other freelancing projects, but Ballet Black was my main foundation.
Yeah. And so then when you made the decision to move on from Ballet Black in your career and so on and so forth, when did you realize that you also had an interest in choreography and maybe exploring, because yes, I know you teach as well and you do many other wonderful things, but what was the journey into choreography?
I think I loved as much performing that creating in the studio. I always wanted to understand the choreographer minds.
Yeah.
And then I've got a purpose and something on the longevity to make the piece, be enjoyable for me and for the audience.
Yes.
And I always thought, actually, it's just a mix and match of task, teamwork, collective thinking.
Yeah.
And then we make something happen. We don't look at the duration of the piece. Is there a narrative or not?
Yeah.
So when I had the possibility actually to create something out of an injury,
yes,
I thought, I need to express what I have. If it makes sense or doesn't make sense for the other, I don't give a damn. So
I love that.
I just need to deliver, feel good about myself.
Yeah.
And so I made my first piece through Resolution Festival, and it was 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
We made it in 13 hours, so quite intense.
That's amazing. Would you want to go through a process like that again, or do you have other aspirations for like your choreographic journey?
Yeah, I would like to, but I think with fundings.
Yeah.
This one was self-produced and it was quite difficult for me and my partner to be also, so I was performing in it and also he made the music. So it was hard to meet the financial part and creator and performer. It was just too much at the time.
Because when you self-produce stuff, you wear so many hats. And also because you were dancing in it. And I did the same thing when I did my Resolution as well. And I made a trio. But similar, because yours was a trio too. I was also dancing in it. But to be an outside eye and lighting the piece, whilst also in it, and you need to remember your cues and all the choreographic things, whilst I presume sorting out your costume as well, then collaborating with your partner to get the music. Yeah, I know. And then you're financing it.
We did that.
Yes.
So good job. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's amazing. And do you have a favorite memory from your career so far, or like a project that you're like, I hold this really like dear to my heart?
I loved every pieces.
Oh, really?
I loved every pieces, and also the pieces who doesn't make sense because I learned from them. I know why I didn't like them, even though I gave 100% all the time.
Yeah, you do.
But every pieces made sense in my artistic journey. So I will not choose one. Back in the day, I would choose one.
Oh, yeah?
Because I think my ego was a little bit more forward. Now I like to see like the bigger
picture of it all. Can I ask what the one back in the day was? I'm like, what would it have been?
It was a duet, a classical duet, and it was very hard and it was very technical, very quick, and we were only two on stage with Jacob Y.
Jacob!
Yes, and Jacob really helped me just to believe in myself.
Amazing.
And it was my first role with Ballet Black.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Also shout out Jacob Y and all the things that you're doing, you know?
Yes.
Okay, so I would love to move on to our this or that questions. So I'm just going to give you two options and like quick fire, you just got to choose one. All right, so first things first, teaching or performing? I know.
Oh gosh.
I know, it's tough. Just like here, right now, in this moment.
Teaching.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
really?
now at that minute, maybe a second later,
it would have been performing.
Yes.
But teaching overall?
Yes, now.
What is it about teaching that gave it first place?
I give and I receive.
Yeah. You don't feel that from performing, like with audiences?
Audience, but it's rare that I meet the audience.
True.
There is an after effect after a long time.
Yeah.
I receive email or messages, but it's after a long time. People get shy to give you feedbacks, people that you know, colleagues,
True.
directors. It's not a really good thing to share, I think. It's just...
because people don't want to offend or like say the wrong thing, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
I think performing, there is lots of politics coming.
Sure.
And so sometimes congratulating you, it's not always great, even though it's positive.
Yeah.
Or often negative feedback are not given because people doesn't want to offending you. So it's tricky and not everyone is good at giving feedback.
True.
And I need feedback. as a performer.
Right.
Because I want to look forward.
And get better and keep improving.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't think you were going to say teaching, so I love that.
Yeah.
A slightly easier one. Would you prefer shorter projects or a longer contract?
Longer.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't want to like switch it up?
No, I'm doing too much of that now.
Right now, okay. You said had
stability.
Enough. Yeah. That's it. Learn a 5, 6, 7, 8 choreo or improvisation?
Monique.
Well.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. I think improv for like the days where I just trying to find a vibe.
No.
You know the contemporary wiggles that we all do? Yeah. Exactly.
No.
Give me a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Crocs or sliders?
Crocs.
Like if you're moving around the theatre and you're like in costume.
Oh my God, I know you love your Crocs, right?
Yeah, well, people just assume that I love Crocs. So I've just kind of, I do, like I've got a pair and I wear them around the theatre, but I've just taken on this identity because others see me in the Crocs too.
Look, I like sliders, but I think it's not for short toes.
Wait, what?
Because, okay, I think when you've got long toes, it's nice. Okay. But when you got short toes, you have to flex to keep them on.
To stop them from coming off.
Yeah, I realized I had lots of cramps, also bad injuries, right? So I'm like, when you got flat feet as well, I don't think it's nice.
Oh my gosh. That's not what I expected you to say at all. So then is it fair to say you're team Crocs between the two?
No.
What do you mean?
Oh, maybe I am.
You have to choose one or the other. So is it the cramping from the sliders? Look, or is it
I never wear Crocs.
Never?
No.
We can change that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move on. TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is a generational thing though.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm not 12. You know?
Wow. Do you have a TikTok account?
No. But people say you should.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I going to do with this?
For work, do you think? Like exposure?
Yeah.
Do you think it's that?
But I think I need to have a good Instagram. Mm-hmm. A little bit more content.
Okay.
Daily content.
Just the short form.
Yeah, just rather than a CV Instagram.
Yeah. Ballet or contemporary?
Monique.
I know. Like right now in this moment, it can change.
Contemporary.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah. But you can do both and you do both very well.
Yeah,
but it's just right now in this moment, contemporary dance. I'm like, yes, come on. I'm like Jona Dance. No, I'm joking. My last one, this or that. France or London? I should say France or England, UK, but...
Oh my God.
That's tricky, I know.
It's hard because there is so many things. For now, I would say, no.
Maybe I'll specify like just from a dance perspective, not a personal.
Okay, yeah, amazing.
I think that's
Thank
a bit
you so
easier.
Much. You saved my life. London.
Oh, that was very easy to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like the variety, the work that's available, is it that sort of standpoint?
I think you can be confident in London. Mm-hmm. You can explore. Mm-hmm. You can meet people similar to you.
Okay, so let's go on to our tricky trivia question, which is my favourite addition to the podcast so far. So your question today is, how long has Rambert Dance Company been around and who founded it?
So from what I know, it's this lady called Marie Rambert.
Yeah.
I think that's sick that her surname was Rambert, right?
Yeah.
Maybe back in the time she didn't know it was a big name, but she made it.
Well, yeah, I mean, she just existed, I guess, as Marie Rambert. And now everyone's like Rambert, like everyone knows it.
Yeah, Marie Rambert. And from what I know, she founded in 1926.
Yeah, this is what I also got from Google.
Okay. I think she wanted to invest in art.
I just think it's important for us, especially in 2025 with how the industry has shifted, to remember like how the industry started and how long Rambert has been around, because it's such a staple name from the school to the company.
Yes.
For us to just be reminded of how the contemporary dance industry sort of started.
Very
because
true.
I think their centenary, is it that? They're going to be celebrating 100 years soon. And that's phenomenal. Like a contemporary dance company celebrating 100 years. Yeah. And I also have one final question.
Yes.
Which is our overarching question of the series. Can you guess the average time span of a dancer's career? So like how long you think the average dancer's career is?
In the UK?
Yeah, let's do that.
I think it might change depending of the technique you're doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tell me more.
And it depends if you're a freelancer working in a full-time company, I think. I mean, back in the day, I will say 30 years. 30 years? Wait.
As in like when you get to age 30? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, age 30. I think that will be where most of people stopped or are forced to stop, I would say. And maybe if you got a little bit more flexibility, if you're in a full-time company, maybe you can push to 40.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think the ideal time span would be?
35, 40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was doing some research, because I was like, oh, I know there's this thing where people say when you get to 30, you stop. And that's just kind of this unspoken thing that people kind of mention a lot. Yeah, I know, right? According to Google and the research, they say that most people typically round off their performing career at age 35.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, okay, I understand that. I also know many people who stopped earlier, but I also know people like close to their 40s, early 40s, still going strong. And like physical work. So I really think it's such a case by case basis. But then it's also, I think to an extent, some things are like genetic, like how much your body can handle the physicality of what we've been doing.
Yeah.
How much injury has impacted you, which is what we're about to go on to in another moment. And then also there is this thing that I feel happens overnight where you can walk into class at one point at 22, 23. You've just lifted your arms above your head and you're ready to go. And then you wake up at like age 29 and you try and do the same thing and you quickly find out that that is no longer possible.
It's a really good topic. I think sometimes you're forced to stop.
Yep.
I think sometimes you want to keep going, but then you've got other responsibilities. So in my case, I'm a mother of a 3-year-old now.
Yes.
And obviously childcare responsibilities force you to stop because as a dancer, I don't think we are not paid enough.
Yes. Especially
Especially if you're freelancer. So sometimes you need to make the decision for yourself.
Yeah.
And sometimes you wake up one day and you're like, that Grand Plie. I'm like, why should I turn out again? You know?
Marie. And you're just over it.
Yeah, but I keep like, so I'm not dancing as much now. Yeah. But I dream that I'm dancing.
Yeah. Would you like to? So like if the right thing presents itself.
I dream and I wake up and I'm emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm there and because I always been a performer who is 100% available.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah, you're very generous.
Yeah, because the choreographer give, I give more.
Yeah.
And then is who handle me in that situation, who handle an artist who was generous.
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
Yes, exactly.
And that is maybe why you choose different option for your exit, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, what sort of dancing contracts would you like to do right now? You don't have to consider injury, you don't have to consider like anything. Like what would you love to be doing?
I will say like I would love full time, like a year.
Yeah.
Or 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something where I grow into, you know, not 4 weeks, not a R&D.
Yeah.
Not a R&D.
Yeah. You said that with a lot of conviction. I hear you.
Yeah. I don't need to see the results, but I need to feel that I achieve milestone. I think I'm a stair person.
Yeah. Like you want to be working towards a goal and seeing that improvement.
Yeah. And the stairs doesn't have to go up. It can go to the side to a different door. You know what I mean?
It doesn't have to be a direct route.
No.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
We've kind of touched on it already, but our main topic for today is injuries and how we navigate that as a freelance artist. And this is a big one.
Yeah.
It's a big one because I think it affects a large majority, if not all, performers to some extent across their career. But we don't always get taught like the protocol of how to manage that, especially when we are freelancers.
Yeah.
So I'll start with this question. How do you think injury is treated within the industry? So like from a perspective, like how do you think companies or employers view injured dancers in the industry?
I think from my perspective, it depends a lot of the agenda of the company. It depends also of the number of dancers who are in the companies. It depends also of who is guiding the dancers. It depends a lot basically of the repetitor more than the director, I think.
Yeah.
And I think if their career had encountered injuries and it happened that them being injured was something bad, they will bring that back to us as dancers. And then we will feel this guilt and eventually if we haven't healed from that, we will perpetuate that bad habit or that bad thinking.
Yeah.
In France, injuries were quite often and celebrated at the conservatoire when I was training. I remember crying, feeling like I was like missing something. And I never felt a guilt of being injured.
Okay.
When I was in New York, it was really different.
Oh, how so? In what ways?
I think the teachers were more trying to implement that I should dance while injured.
Sure. But this is tricky.
It's
because
tricky.
I really remember having a class taught by the lovely Hannah Kidd at Rambert School.
Yes.
And I wasn't able to jump because I had something, I don't know, maybe Achilles or something along those lines. And I remember she said something that was actually really freeing for me in a sense of how to manage my body when I'm not feeling 100%. But it was more of the line of like working safely and not just stopping straight away.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that, especially now that you teach, like when you have students? Because I think sometimes there are students who then say, oh, this hurts, I need to stop.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that? Let's put that way.
I think now as a teacher, I always say that you should manage your body. Maybe it's not 100%, maybe it's 70, maybe it's 10.
Yeah.
For example, I remember someone with, they broke their arm, right? I remember saying like, if you feel safe, you can do the bar.
Yeah.
Obviously, if there is turn at the bar, don't do it. But the focus is on feet, on placement, posture, momentum with the feet. So if it doesn't hurt your ankle, anything else, you can do it. Obviously, the other side is probably different.
Yeah.
And maybe don't do center. And in center, maybe you can do some like strengthen exercise, or you can make knots.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe that's a moment for you to reflect and maybe see how you perceive dance when you are in the class and actually how does it feel outside with the music.
Absolutely.
Looking at someone's body who's similar to you and see how she handled this, you know? And so I think it's always constructive to be active in class if you are doing it, or sit down, you know?
Yeah.
So now I'm pushing that, but you can't do that with everyone.
Of course. It's definitely got to be on a case-by-case basis. And so just to bring it back to what you were saying about the difference in New York, was this the sort of attitude that they were presenting in terms of like keep dancing, or is it kind of like a push through the pain?
It's forget about the alarming symptoms. And I think that's why my injury was so bad.
Right.
Some people were dancing with broken toes. Some people were dancing with like ripped hamstring. It was the culture, you know. It was
that you just keep going.
Yeah, because everyone is hungry. Everyone is really good. You've got guest teacher coming.
You don't want to miss anything.
You don't want to miss anything. You're paying so much money. I wasn't paying so much money, but people were paying like lots of money.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss any occasion for you to get out with a contract, perform, and just make your dream happen.
Of course.
You know, while you are in New York.
That's crazy. I mean, crazy in the sense that I think that's a reflection of the culture in New York.
Yeah.
This kind of like hustle and like keep going and don't let anything slow you down.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that it translated in that way down to like injury management. Have you ever suffered from an injury that impacted your work in a big way? And if yes, what happened? And can you talk us through your recovery journey?
Yeah, the injury that I was talking about, the sole of my feet being inflamed. I could not walk for a long time. I had to have rehab over a year. When I could come back to the studio, I could not do bar properly.
Wow.
I had to change my habit by drinking lots of water, taking magnesium, changing my regimen, you know.
Yeah.
And that was not in a company, that was to be able to come back audition.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. So it wasn't even returning to like a job in that way. It was returning just back to the freelance pool, essentially, of like the audition cycle and trying to book work.
So that obviously impacted a lot my mental health.
Yeah.
You have to build yourself back and dance in a more relaxed way.
Yeah, got to be mindful of the
less
body.
is more, definitely.
Yeah.
It's when I learned. And then when I was in company, I had all sorts of injuries. I dislocated my shoulder.
Whoa.
Off and on stage.
On stage?
Yeah.
And did you feel it?
Oh, yeah. I put it back on stage.
That's great, Marie. And did you finish the show?
Yeah.
Dancers, I literally cannot. I cannot. But it's like, I'm saying this like I haven't dislocated anything, but like danced through injuries that we definitely should not have danced through on stage in the name of getting the performance, even if the performance was amazing.
But I think it's the adrenaline.
Of course.
You know something is wrong, but you keep going. There is this, my late injuries, Oklahoma.
Oh, yes.
I overstretched my left calf, stage 3. So it's the worst stage you can have. I think usually it's people playing tennis who have this.
Wow.
Or when you happen to land bad on the jumps.
Yeah. Did you do that on stage or during a show?
During the show.
Wow.
I finished everything. It was a 14-minute solo.
Yeah.
In the Windham Theatres.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I exit that stage, I knew something bad happened. And I went straight away to hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then were they able to diagnose you like with what had happened straight away? Did you have to wait some time for that?
No. I had to go back to France again to have the real diagnostic because they thought I twisted my ankle.
Did you just know deep down? You were like, no, it's
I was
more than
like,
that.
bro, who are you talking to? Like.
So you went back to France to get a real diagnosis.
Yeah.
And did you stay in France for any sort of like physio and all of this stuff, or did you come back to London? And
I had to come back to London. So I did a MRI.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah.
And they saw that I had a stage 3. I had basically, because I was a week before closing, I had to prove to my work that I had an accident.
At work.
On stage. At that time. It happened in that manner.
Were you able to prove? Because there's a point that I really want to like flag to people. If you're in a contracted show where you've got stage managers and they do show reports, even if it's a niggle, get it written down in the show report because otherwise it's very difficult to prove that it happened on that contract during a show. And then you might miss out on this financial help and support from said company. And I only learned that a couple of years ago. And that was through seeing a friend also get injured and they didn't mention anything on the show report. So then when they came back, there was less financial help for them to get that. So were you able to?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember I injured myself. I knew I injured myself. I went directly to the stage manager. I said, put it on the report. I injured myself. She said she put it at the time.
Oh, okay.
Then I asked for a taxi. I remember I was with my son. I asked a taxi to drop my son at home and I went straight away to hospital.
Yeah.
And they say I should basically rest for a few weeks. But my show
finishes in 1 week.
Finishes in 1 week. So my cover finished the show for me.
Yeah. Were you able to be supported by the company, maybe financially? You don't have to go into any details about this, but in terms of like the recovery, because you're a week before your contract is due to finish and that's a tricky timing. Yeah. Did you feel like you were able to access support to help you with that post your contract, or did you have to, because of the circumstances, have to take it on board yourself?
I thought I had to take it on board myself.
Yeah,
is that English?
Exactly.
Yeah. Basically, I had audition after the end of my contract.
Yeah.
And I knew I needed financial incomes to be able to live. But because of this injury, I couldn't.
Yes.
So what I did is I emailed the producer at the time saying, because it happened on my work, what do we do?
Yes.
They say at the time that I could check with Equity because I was with Equity because it was on a West End show. Yeah. And Equity say, no, you need to come back to them and say that there is an insurance policy that can help you on the first hand recover with a physio and massage. Yeah. And a second hand to financially just have money
to support
me from all that time this injury take place. So I remember building this file. So I went to France to prove evidence. I had to translate everything in English.
Whoa.
I had to go back to the NHS to prove that they had the wrong diagnosis, but because it was not priority, they didn't want to do it. Okay. So I just made a file, put Equity in CC. Yeah. In every email, and they say that my GP had to sign a certain formula that the insurance company have to give for them to purchase the money. Yeah, yeah. I finished the file in September, and then I received my insurance income or money by February, March.
Whoa. So between September, October, November, December, January, This is when
nothing.
This whole process is happening.
What I can do is nothing. Just sit down, go to my physio appointment once a week. I was in crutches.
Yeah.
Remember, with a baby.
Yeah.
With no income.
Whoa.
Because I didn't have any help. I don't have family in the UK.
Yeah.
My partner was working, so he was my person. I had to find a way to make money anyway. So this is when I thought about teaching.
Yeah.
And so I started teaching that way. Mm-hmm. So demonstrating everything on one leg.
Oh my goodness.
But I didn't have a good connection with the teaching world at the time. So I did a few classes, but not enough for me to pay my rent in London.
Yes.
And this is where I bumped to Dance Professional Funds.
Oh yeah, the Dancers Professional Fund.
I apply to their help. So it's when you have an injury, when you lose an income, mm-hmm. if you're a mother, a parent, a student.
Yeah.
And I apply and I had a bit of money from them.
Yeah.
And thank you so much because, wow.
That was able to sustain you a little bit more.
A little bit. I could pay a month of rent mm-hmm. and a month of childcare.
Yeah.
But I could not pay training.
Got you.
So I could stay at home, but mm-hmm. I could not get fit or get better.
And so how did you, because physio appointments are quite expensive, especially like one-off is okay, but if you're getting a series of physio appointments, especially like I find this with graduates as well, if they need physio earlier and they're still kind of like establishing how they're earning their money, how do you think we could navigate these sort of physio appointments? Because the Dancers Professional Fund was great from the financial standpoint for like home, living in London, but you weren't able to use that for physio appointments. Is there a way around it, do you think? Or we just kind of have to do what we can?
I think schools should treat them still are their students.
So extend the care beyond once they've graduated.
I think so. I think they should have open classes.
So like open up some of the school's classes.
Yeah.
I think depending on the school, if you email, because I know at Rombetter school, they've allowed people to come back and take class and things like that. I don't know how regularly, because I've not done it personally, but I've heard of people be like, oh, I needed to do point work for something, so I went back and took a point class.
Yeah, that's nice. But I think it should not be a case-to-case scenario. I think it's the people who are asking is the people who are brave, the people who feel confident, the people, if you are someone who are not British, I will not dare to ask.
Really?
Even though I was a good student, even though I was just too shy as a student. I will never ask anything of you, anything of my teacher.
Yeah.
And so I think they should put it clear if they can. I mean, obviously the logistic is crazy.
Yeah.
We have 2 classes a week for our graduated students. We have so-and-so slot for physio or like Pilates, blah, blah, blah. It's there. And it's only for a year time.
Yeah, I wondered that. Like if it's like a year, like you graduate and then you have a year where you're still able to access those sort of things. I mean, that would be really beneficial to a lot of people.
I know.
In terms of like actual treatments for injuries, do you have like a preference of what you like go to? Do you prefer like physios? Is it like an osteopath? Lots of people are into acupuncture. Like what sort of treatments? Because some people might not know the range of treatments that are available to us.
I think it depends of your injury. I think there is things to avoid injury and prevention. I think everyone should have at least a massage per month. If you are dancing intensively, you should have osteo appointment every 6 months. I like physio.
Yeah. Me too.
I like, what do you call this? The electric, especially for my injuries with my foot. I had my own.
Because it reduces inflammation in the body.
Acupuncture is great to reduce inflammation, but it's just costs so much.
Yeah, that's true. What about cupping? Have you tried cupping?
Never tried because I have a very sensitive skin.
Oh, really? Because I've got my own cupping set.
Oh, wow.
And so it means that I'm in control of like the pressure and how much. And I find that especially if you've got like a knot, for example, that's really stubborn, that is taking forever to be like massaged out. And you can just like put some cupping on it for like a few minutes and it starts to release the fascia and then you can get into it.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to thank Nikki Ellis, who's an amazing osteopath. But she showed me about where to get my own cupping set. And so I don't use it as much as I should, but it's quite handy because then I could take it on tour with me and I would just take a few of the sizes that I use. So like 3 and then the thing, and then you can just use that.
Wow.
In that way. So it doesn't have to be like, you know, people have those like massive marks.
Yes.
At the end, you don't have to be like walking around with that. But I'm also not a licensed professional, so maybe I'm not doing it correctly. But you mentioned something about injury prevention. What ways do you think we can look after ourselves a little bit more, especially as freelancers who may not have regular access to physios and all of the kind of rehab treatment that, especially on West End, I know you get a little bit more access to that, and in different projects and bigger companies, you know, you have that access as part of your contract. How can we look after ourselves?
First of all, I will say dancers, make sure that even though you think it's accessible, just make sure that you ask for it anyway.
Okay.
Make sure that when you start a contract, what is accessible to you or not.
Got you. Find out.
And if you feel that it's not enough, make it happen. Because the pay is never enough.
Yeah.
So therefore, your body is the only garant for you to successfully finish the contract. And it's not the goal. It's not finishing the contract. It's having a grand lifespan, how do you call that?
Yeah, basically longevity of
your career. Because, for example, I had to ask for massage, I had to ask for physio, and I was on the West End show.
Yeah.
Because it's not that they didn't know, it's just that they were not sure.
Yeah.
And if I didn't ask, they will not provide that service for me.
Got you. So to be proactive about
Exactly. And I was the only dancer in the group.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because of the show, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why they didn't know. So I had to teach them a lot about the culture and how they can support me and how they can be happy about my performance as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, because actually I find on set as well, I don't know how much work you do, like music videos, TV, film, all of that type of stuff. I also find that we have to have this culture of sharing the appropriate care for dancers on set, or like you go on set, for example, and it's a floor that is not safe to dance barefoot. And they're like, yo, you can do it. And it's like, no, actually, I can't, because this is unfit for me to dance on. It's not safe. And I cannot put my body at risk for this 12-hour shoot. And then tomorrow, that means I can't do my 6-month contract. But then sometimes you get a bit of pushback when you speak up on these things.
Exactly.
Because people think you're being difficult. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
How is this not sort of common knowledge within the industry?
I know.
But I also think, especially in the TV film space, and it's not all spaces, but the surgence of including dancers in these spaces has like increased exponentially since however 4 or 5 years ago, where like dancers are now in like lots of the films, they're doing commercials, they're doing all of this, whereas the safety and how to care for dancers hasn't necessarily followed
in existence.
Yeah, it's like, wait, why? How can you expect me to dance barefoot on a floor that is like concrete and this, that and the other? You want me to do floor work? I can't do that.
No, I think also there is this difference of I can, but I shouldn't.
Yes.
And this is something I think you learn in your career. I think being someone who say no is not losing a job. I think it's how you say no as well.
Absolutely. I agree.
Ask ahead. Ask what is there for me. I think it's also the duty of the TV or the theater production to be transparent as well.
Oh, yeah.
Transparency.
Oh, you know?
I think it's some people will not accept a contract if they knew.
Exactly. But then I think this is why some information comes later, so that there's less
of course
opportunity for that to happen. And also, especially I find for younger dancers who are new to the industry, the desire to keep the job will make them go like agree to things that they shouldn't agree to for their own protection, but in order to, you know, fulfill the job, have this work in their CV and maybe build connections. And I do think as you get older, you start to become a bit more selective about certain things. Outside of this, because I think both of us have started a gym journey.
Yes.
A journey into the gym. I do have to shout out Nicole Cabrera and the Performers Circle. Have you worked with Nicole?
No, but I follow her on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
After touring with Romeo and Juliet, the UK tour, I had quite a lot of injuries with my Achilles and they'd lost a lot of strength and in my calves. And then we had a month and a half off before the international tour. Yeah. And I was like, right, I've never been to the gym consistently before this. I never understood the gym consistently before this. I was also very anti-gym. I was just like, it's not for me. This, that and the other. Yeah. But going through her program, and having workouts that were tailored to me, check-ins, corrections of my form. Now I'm like, okay, cool. I actually understand how beneficial this was for me to like target certain areas, not to like, oh, build muscle and do this, but actually for injury prevention.
Exactly.
In certain ways.
Yeah. So over the lockdown, I wanted to know more about my body. And so I'm now a certified fitness instructor.
Are you?
Not a personal trainer though.
Okay.
But I know a lot. I know how to tailor, for example, a plan. I think a lot about the gym is about who is at the gym as well.
Yeah, true. True. Absolutely. You see some characters.
Eyes, you know, and how do you dress at the gym? You know, I like to be nice and baggy.
Me too.
You can't see my beauty. You can't see my cheeks, you know.
Marie.
If you want to see more, you need to be more, but I'm not available. You know what I mean? It's just that, So I'm like, I don't want to see you looking at me. I don't want to see this. So I've got a podcast. Boom.
Yes.
And I'm laughing by myself and I'm sweating and I'm lifting weights. And I can, you know, I think it's having that confidence.
Yes.
To go for you. And if you can't, find someone to come with you, make it fun.
Exactly.
I think like also there is like this myth about lifting weights that make you bulky, especially if you've got the type of muscle like me. I can tone, oh my God. 2 push-ups, I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I'm
me
like,
too.
So
me too.
what about weight, you know?
It's a little bit of a cheat code, isn't it? Yeah.
But I think it's disappeared as well. On the first hour, you will see a little bit of that. And then you will be so proud of you. You will feel stronger inside. Your confidence will be a boost.
Yeah.
But for prevention, I recommend it.
And if it's not the gym, there are other things, you know, there's like Pilates, there's all these
Swimming.
Swimming is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I got into a routine when I was off, so I wasn't performing, I wasn't taking class, and I want to be specific about this because not everyone can have that in that schedule because it's quite intense. And I was in the gym 3 days a week and I swam once. Yeah. And honestly, it was the fittest I was. Yeah. But also from a stamina thing, because also swimming's hard, you know?
Yeah, and I'm scared. I'm scared to swim.
I hear you.
But I know it's good. Yoga.
Yeah.
Different type of yoga. Bike as well.
Of course, yeah.
At the gym is great.
Mm-hmm. And also just like getting walks in, being outside, like all of this type of stuff. Yeah. The other side of it, just like briefly to touch on in terms of prevention, is also like taking care of yourself mentally in the spaces, because, you know, we embody emotions, we embody stories, we express through our body. So of course our body is also to an extent carrying some of that within the injuries, you know. With my calf, for example, I was doing quite an emotional show. There were some other things that happened, so I realized I was holding on to a lot of emotions. And actually by also taking time to rest and process that, you feel like the body also is able to start releasing some of that tension. So it's, you know.
Yeah, because we finish the show and then we bow and then we take all that things at home. Yeah. You know, and it's really important to release it. And I think the gym or going to museum or having time with your friend is great. Yeah. But also I feel like, touching of what you said, the show is made for a character. The show is made aesthetically pleasing for who's watching. Yeah. But it makes muscle imbalance. Yeah. So maybe you've got an entire show where everything is on right leg. Yes. So what do you do about this guy?
Yeah, no, that's actually a really valid point, because then... And you start seeing it happen across multiple people as well. Everyone's like, oh, my left knee is really sore. And then the next day, someone's like, my left knee is also really sore. Because it's like, well, we're all doing this choreo. Exactly. And it's all on one leg. And I guess that our only other opportunity is during class, if company class is part of the practice of the show that you're in, or your own personal work. But if you're doing 6 shows a week, 7 shows a week, you're tired. Yeah. You don't always have the time necessarily to kind of do it in that way as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I wonder... like, if you had any advice for someone who is maybe just been in the industry 2-3 years, for example, or is even at school and is navigating a really intense injury, do you have any advice that you would maybe offer, or something that you wish you knew or handled in a specific way?
Oh my God, at that age is tricky because money-wise is tight as well. Yeah. But go to see different experts, not one, because people say I could not dance. Imagine 1 second if I say, okay, I'm not dancing anymore. I will never have come in the UK. I will never be that person. I will be someone else. Yeah. Great. But I will never have experience that version of me.
Yes.
So find more experts around who can talk about your injuries and how they can support you within your budget. And also see what's outside. Not that doesn't mean that you have to change career, but you can have little tester of what also in the dance industry.
Yep.
So it doesn't have to be, okay, I can't dance, but let's go in the teach it route. It's just to maybe ask around the staff, how is it to do admins for dance? How is it to do producing for dance? Oh, actually, my director, I know he's a director, but what does he do to the school? Just to know who is who at school and what's their role and see if it's also inspiring. Because I know lots of people who has been dancers and they are now in their same school, but they are running the school now in different hats. And I found that so interesting because I always thought it's choreography, dance, or teaching.
Yes.
And there is so much more to discover.
So much more.
And I think you don't have to choose in between. You just have to find option for yourself, just for safety, just for mental health, you know, stability as well.
Yeah, and you never know what other opportunities displaying that curiosity can lead to.
Yeah.
And it can lead to more performing work, and it can lead to upskilling to be a producer. It can lead to all of these things because there is a point where most performers, and again, that's a generalization, will begin to consider what other things do we want to go into, especially if you're approaching, let's say, according to what Google is saying, 35 and you're considering not performing. What does that transition look like for you when dance has been your life for a lot of people since 3, since 15, since 18?
Exactly.
You know, and what that transition is looking like. But you said a really great point of it's not as like black and white as that, and that you could have an injury that maybe does change how you move, your ability and the capacity to do various things, but it's not necessarily the end. And it's just remaining sensitive to your body.
Yeah.
Listen to the niggles that it's showing you and also begin to differentiate when this is a niggle that I can continue dancing in and this is a niggle that I need to stop. You know?
Yeah.
This is something that, you know, actually I have to stop and I need to get this checked out. And I think that's a bit trial and error, kind of figuring that one out. But I do think understanding our bodies in that capacity is a great way of us like knowing our worth as performers. And feels like a nice segue into our section, which I call Know Your Worth. So I want to ask you, how do you know your worth as a performer, as an artist in the industry?
I'm not gonna get emotional because it's a very good question. I think it took me so long, and I think I had to become a mom to understand.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I had to, because I proved to myself that I'm not only a dancer. And I never been only. I always do lots of things around.
Absolutely.
Lots of things around. But it was never enough. And everything that I will pursue, it was always from this perfectionist glasses and with the brain of a dancer, you know? And if I was doing even a hobby, it will never be worth keep going, or I'm not working with this company. That means, you know, it's not worth it.
Yeah, what was it about becoming a mother that really maybe connected this idea of knowing your worth a little bit more, or maybe like reaffirming your identity outside of dance as well? Like what do you think it was, maybe? Because becoming a mother is a really beautiful experience.
I think being alive, you know? I mean, I don't want to go too deep, and also it's not the subject of this podcast, but I had a really difficult labor, and it was at the time where we didn't know if my son and I will make it.
Yeah.
And I mean, now we're both healthy.
Yeah.
But just being here, I'm like, yeah, I'm worth everything.
Right.
And if I want that, I will have that. And if tomorrow I decide I don't want this, that doesn't mean I'm not worth it. That doesn't mean I was not made for that. It's just a choice.
Yeah.
And it's just a decision. And every decision I make is as important as another. And if someone believes that I'm not worth anything, it's their problem.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Other people are always going to have an opinion of you. We're in such a performative industry. We're in quite a vulnerable space where people are watching to enjoy and or critique and or, you know, so we get used to this sort of exposure and holding on to other people's opinions of us. But it sounds like you've reached a place of enjoying the life that you have, taking, you know, time to consider the decisions that feel right for you. And also knowing that we can't change what other people think about us, because you can do your best, but you know your worth by just understanding that you inherently, as you are, as Marie Astrid Mence, the wonderful Marie that you are, is enough in itself, and that other people's opinions essentially aren't your problem.
Yeah, I think it's, I see myself through my son's eyes, and I see me at his age, and I remember my dreams. And sometimes we don't realize that we achieve our younger dreams.
Yes.
And it's not, and some people will say, yeah, but that's the problem. I haven't realized what I dreamed for my life when I was younger. And I think but it could be so little. Sometimes it's just saying I dance in front of people, or it can be very little, but that's why now I write down all my victories.
Yes, nice.
But I try now to write down all my failures and see how I find strategy and where it leads me.
Yeah.
So I think it's accepting that maybe something didn't happen, but it's not only for the worst. I matured, that I became someone new. And I think you always someone dream.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it takes a lot of also time alone, away from social media, away from certain people, to realize that.
Absolutely. I think it's a beautiful place to come to, this idea of like being proud of what you've achieved already. And I love this saying when it's just like you're living in some of your answered prayers already, and you didn't realize like this what you're experiencing right now was once a dream. And you've achieved that. And I think it's a beautiful reminder that life can be unexpected, especially in the performing industry as dancers. Like, it's constantly shifting and moving.
Constantly.
Injury is not ideal and, you know, can sometimes derail our course or maybe shift us into a different path. But ultimately, it's how we handle it.
Yes.
That can carry us moving forwards, that knowing your worth and knowing that whether you are able to dance or no longer able to dance or choosing not to dance, that your worth is unchanged by that. And how can you embrace your new season? Because what you've contributed to the industry is already there and is already living, and you never know who you've impacted in a positive way.
It's very
through
true.
Performances and you know, all of these things. It's just sometimes when you're in it and you're in the thick of it, especially navigating an injury, it can feel like the world is just, your world as you know it is collapsing.
It's true.
But, you know, it's just to hold on, to be like, yeah, this is a hard time, but managing that moving forward, what have I learned from this? Okay, how can I pivot? How can I stay adaptable?
It's very true. And also shift. I feel like you never know who's watching.
Yes.
And you never know. People look at you and are willing to help you most of the time.
Yeah.
When you are in delicate situation, but also they are looking how you handle situation. And that doesn't mean that you always have to be on top of everything.
No, not at all.
But is how you are willing to, get out of the situation and make something with it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think keep hope.
Yes.
Hope is really important, especially now. So maybe it sounds delusional, but sometimes we have to be.
I've always been saying to be in the arts and as a performer that you need a sprinkling of delusion to like challenge this. But I think this idea of hope is a beautiful note to kind of finish on.
Yeah.
And to be like, wherever you are in your career, whatever you're navigating, whether you're completely healthy, whether you're coming back from an injury, whether you're currently injured, or whether you're just navigating a change in career transition, all of those things, keep the hope and trust that, you know, everything is working out as it needs to. And where possible, lean on your community to support you through it, or a partner in this case, you know, or friends and peers, because the journey is yours and this industry can be really rough at times. But if you keep the hope and a little bit of that delusion, you never know what we can.
It's true. No, but it's true.
What we can bring together.
Really true.
So on that note, Marie, I want to say a massive thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
It's been such a pleasure. And also I learned so much about your career that I didn't know, which is amazing. And it's one of those things where, it's really important to discuss how we navigate injuries, because it just affects so many of us. and also have that message of encouragement of someone who has had an injury that's been quite big, and then also has been able to overcome it, and is also like paving her own path through choreography, through teaching, through performing, all of these things as hopefully an inspiration for people coming through. With that, I cannot believe that we have already come to the end of season 2 of Candid Convos with Jona Dance. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's tuned in, who's shared, who's engaged, who's given any feedback about it. It's a really special project of mine, and I'm really happy to share it with the community and the industry. And if you have any other topics that you would love for us to discuss so that we can do a season 3, so please like, comment, share and subscribe so we can do a season 3, please just send me a DM at jonadance_ or via our website www.jonadance.com. And before we finish, I have to say a massive thank you to the Abderrahim Crickmay Charitable Settlement for your generous support of Candid Convos season 2. And with that, I have to say thank you so much. And until next time, I'll see you soon.